there, everyone. If you remember from last time's episode, my friend Josh is homeless. Uh-oh. Well, he's not homeless anymore because I built him this box. Well, it's not actually a box. It's a house with a living room and a bedroom and a bathroom in the making. But we don't care about that. Let's get these animals out of here. There we go. But as you can see, there's a huge opening spot, and that is for the dining room area and kitchen area. So today is going to be probably one of the biggest episodes yet, and we're going to be building the kitchen. But before we can actually start building furniture, we should probably get some inspiration. So first, I want to be able to build a fridge. So let's go to the kitchen. Here we are at our fridge. So as we can see, we've got some handles. And we also have a freezer. We're not going to be building a freezer, though. And we also have this area here where you can get water. I'll clean that up later. And ice. Now, if we really want to test out the fridge, we should probably have some of the stuff that's in the fridge. Like mustard. So let's open this bad boy up. And of course, ketchup. Here we go. And of course, we have some broccoli. This is going to be really bad for my braces. I hope my orthodontist doesn't see this. We also have a jar of pickles. Yep, that's good. And of course, we have some butter. So let's grab ourselves a spoon and let's just dig right into this. And of course, we have an egg. Right, here it goes. Yes, I did actually bite into that. But yeah, let's wash all this stuff down with some water. And of course, how can we forget to get some water? Yummy. Cheers. I can't believe I actually ate an egg. Oh, well, after doing all those tests, I think it's time we move on to actually building the fridge. Now, here are all the ingredients you're going to need to build a Lego fridge. So now let's get to building. Come on. So first you're going to need to take this 2 bricks tall 1x2 brick that is white, and then you're going to need to take this snot brick, this headlight brick actually, and you're going to flip it around so this box part is showing. Then you're going to need this 1x1 brick with a clip on it, and then you're going to need this dark gray bar, and you're going to clip that on there. Then you're going to need another one of these 2 bricks tall 1x2 brick in white, just like everything else here besides the bar, and then you're going to need this 1x2 white tile to put on top to smoothen it off. And there we have our fridge. Now let's put it in the house. Uh-oh. Here is our highly incomplete house, and we're going to put that right there. Now we have started our kitchen. So now let's move on to making the oven. Here we are at my oven with a stove on top as well as some knobs to turn on the burners. And then when we open up the oven here, there is of course an inside area where you can put food. And yeah, there's also this thing right here where you can put in time and other stuff like that. So let's do our first test, and that is actually making an egg. Let's turn on the burner. Boom. There we go. Now let's butter it up. Let's just spread it around the pan. Now let's crack our egg and put it over the pan. Uh-oh. There we go. Now while that's doing its magic, let's go get some things. Alright, let's put this in here. Now let's grab this and put it over top. This I like to call the steam method. Now let's open this bad boy up and season it with some pepper. Come on, there we go. And a little bit of salt. Now let's turn off the burner. Boom. Now let's go put this in the sink. Now we've got a little plate and let's just put this egg on there. Nice. Now let's go put it in the sink. We now have a fork, so let's pop the yolk. There we go. Now let's go eat.
Cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper.
All done. Yep, I am done with my food, so now I think it's time we actually build the oven. Here are all the pieces you're going to need to build this oven. And just like last time's video, I will be putting this in 2x speed, so I will sound like Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
First, we are going to take this 2x4 gray plate with holes in it. There doesn't have to be holes in it. Then, we are going to take this black 1x2 brick with ridges in it for the stove window. Then, we are going to take 2 of these 1x2 bricks in gray. We are going to put them on both sides of the black brick. Then, this can also be a non-brick textured one, but I don't have another one. So this is what we're dealing with. I'm going to put this behind the black brick. Then, we are going to take this 2x4 gray brick and put it on top of all of that. Then, we are going to take this 1x4 black plate and put it on the back half of the brick. Then, on the right side, we are going to take this 1x2 black plate and put it here. Then, we are going to take this black 1x2 by 1x2 snot brick and put it on the left side. Then, we are going to take this valve piece to represent the knobs for the burner. We are going to put that on the snot brick. Then, we are going to take this calculator-looking piece here and put it on the other side. Then, we are going to take 2 of these 1x2 dark gray grill pieces and put them on the left half of the top. Then, we are going to take this 2x2 gray jumper plate and put it on here. And finally, we are going to take this gunmetal gray frying pan, like the one we used on our sunny side up egg, and put it on the snot brick. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is our completed stove.
Okay, back to my normal voice now. This has got to be my favorite Lego thing I've ever built. I mean, besides the bathtub that I'm going to be showing you in my next part of this series. And, yeah, let's go put this in the house, shall we? This is my filming setup for when I'm actually building a Lego build. It's 2 of these, long 36 by 36 base plates. One of them stacked on top of the other to make this wall. And then we've got just a random construction 3 bricks high, so I can prop my phone against it like this, and so it doesn't fall forward. I have this black 1x16, I believe, brick. And yeah, it actually works very well, especially when you set an item down here, and you make sure that this part of my desk isn't visible. So we don't want to block this window, so let's put it right here. And now I say we move on. We're going to do this counterpart last. Let's do this kitchen table thing. Here it is. Here is our kitchen table. I don't really have any tests to do with the actual table because it's literally just a slab of wood with another stick of wood holding it up. But we do have something to do with the chair. Are we moving on to the famous trope known as dog on the chair? Look at the Pepe! Oh my gosh, we got a dog on the chair and before GTA 6? Okay, you know what? Let's do dog on the table. Oh my gosh, we got dog on the table before GTA 6! Look at that guy. He's a good boy, Pepe. You know what? These are all the pieces you're going to need to build a chair. But I'm kind of getting tired of just building these step by step for you guys. So let's just 3, 2, 1. There we go. Here is our table with 2 bricks holding it up here, 3 of these quarter pieces to make the actual table, and then a whole bunch of different tiles. So we got a few 2x4, we got a few 2x2, and we got a few 1x4s. So let's go put this in the house. I meant to flick it off here. There we go. That looks nice, but now it's time to show you how to build a chair. These are all of the pieces you're going to need to build a little chair. And now let's just 3, 2, 1. There we go. Isn't that nice? And now the chair is by the table and it looks great. So now let's just add a picture over this oven. Man, I really do know how to tidy up a living space. It kind of sucks that there's this extra stud here, but it wouldn't be able to fit with those two grills there. So, we have to sacrifice a few studs. We are now moving on to building the microwave. And first, of course, we gotta do some tests. So let's put something in there. So, of course, we have our bowl. And now let's get some ice. Put it in there. Now I want to see if this ice will melt. So here we go, putting our metal bowl in the microwave. And now let's close it up. Metal bowl. Now let's do 1, 0, 0, and enter. Ah!
This is again a reminder to not put metal in the microwave.
Yep. Lesson learned. Now, let's move on to actually building the microwave. And don't put metal in the microwave. Let's do this. Boom. 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 And there we go. That is our microwave. As you can see, there is a clear window in here. There are some white bricks surrounding it to make it look like a microwave. And then we have a tile on top to smoothen it off, this brown part for the counter, and of course, another one of these little calculator pieces like we use for the oven to make the little dial thing you use to put in the minutes or seconds or whatever. And now let's go put it in the house. Boom, first try. That looks nice in there with all the other kitchen appliances, and yes, we did have to cover up the window. But I don't ever really look at it from this side anyway, so yeah, I don't really care. Oh crap, the bathroom. We still have room for one more area, the kitchen sink. We all know what a sink is at this point. We don't really need. To build the kitchen sink, we don't even need this. Or this. So we're just gonna use the desk. Alright, we have this brown 2x6 brick, and now let's just... There we go. That is a nice kitchen sink here. Let me flip it so you guys can see it. There's just a little mug that is waiting to be washed. And we also have the actual sink with, of course, no water in it right now because it's not being in use. And yeah, now let's go put it in the house. Alright, the sink is now in the kitchen and it looks great. Now Josh can wash all the dishes he needs. And I did also add a little cabinet back there so he can have, like, not cold food. And yeah, so thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time when we build the only thing left to be built, the bathroom. And yes, I will be showing you how I built this bathtub in the next video.